35. Tonight, cloudy skies, low 32. Cloudy skies, 40 tomorrow. Rain or snow expected on Saturday with a high of 40. Partly cloudy, 25 on Sunday. And for Monday, cloudy skies with a high 32. Overnight low was 40. That matched yesterday's high of 40. 8/100ths of an inch of rainfall overnight here at the WFIW studios. Humidity at 99%. Winds are calm. The pressure at 30.05. Right now, cloudy skies and 42 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Good morning. It's time for morning coffee.
Hey. Good morning to you.
How
like that.
do?
That's kind of jazzy.
That is kind of.
Yeah, pick me up. Hey, we're very, very fortunate to have as our guest here in this testosterone-soaked studio, a place where toxic masculinity runs wild.
Amok.
Amok.
We're running amok.
Julie Bryant's here. She's the coordinator of marketing and public information at good old FCC Out Here University, Frontier Community College. An interesting bit of trivia. And you have trivia today, right, bud?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I do.
All right. Julie's in the role that used to be done by her mother. And I hired her mother to do that role. Isn't that interesting?
That is pretty
Now, all
interesting.
Julie needs to do is get married and have kids so we can have another person for that job down the road.
And even more interesting, my office is the same office that my Aunt Lavana used to have when she worked there.
It's
So
a
the office has
family
been
affair.
passed down in the family.
Wonderful. Well, we're glad to have you here. Jan Wiles was scheduled to be here. Something came up. We're going to have Jan down the road, but Julie was nice enough to step up, and she actually listens to the show.
Jan knew what she was getting into. That's why she came.
Let me see if I can lay this off on Julie. It's in her job description. So thank you for coming and being a part of this.
Good to be here. Thank you for having me.
We're glad to have you as a part of Morning Coffee. Now, here's the rules. It's the show about nothing. But we will do something, because I'd like to hear a few things before the show is out about the grant that you just got. That program is very near and dear to my heart.
Yes.
Trivially, why do you think?
Well, as I've heard it, you and Jan Wiles were largely responsible for implementing that program.
Jan had a lot to do with it. Jerry Heffley had a lot to do
Yes.
with it. But it was during the time that I was president there, so I have a...
Talk about fishing for compliments. Man!
I just say that it's near and dear to my heart. It's a great program.
It is.
That's like me looking at Julie over there saying, Julie, doesn't my shirt look good?
Just a second. Hold on right there. Julie, doesn't this sweater look good?
It looks nice,
Thank
yes.
you very
Okay.
much.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much.
We forgot it. We got Doobie Brothers tickets.
Oh, we do
today,
have...
too. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see here. What can we do to make sure that we know that people are watching on YouTube? And reminder, not only can you listen on WFIW radio.com and 104.9, but you can also go on YouTube and see us and see the lovely Julie Bryant, who is joining us and has enlightened this drab studio with her presence.
Here's the question.
Yes?
How big is, we need to know how big Mike's coffee cup is.
Oh.
Is it as big as his head or not?
Close.
That's an easy one. That's an easy one.
All
This
right.
is a bucket of coffee.
How about the
What's on it?
the logo on Mike's coffee cup? And again, he's hiding the logo with his hands.
There you go. Uh-oh, there's a call. This is for the Doobie Brothers.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Coming up in April.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Yeah, the logo just says morning coffee.
There you go.
Who's this?
This is Trevor Strange.
All right,
Trevor?
Trevor. Are you a
Trevor?
Doobie Brothers fan?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right, Trevor, here's the deal. Right after the show, at about 9:05, give a call, and you'll either get Vicky Strange or myself, and give us your address so that we can mail you the tickets. How's that sound?
That sounds great.
Trevor, thanks for listening
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
and watching.
Doobie Brothers coming to the. Where are they coming to? They're coming to Evansville, Old National
Yep.
Events Plaza, April 17th.
Julie, you know who the Doobie Brothers are?
I like the Doobie Brothers.
You got to be careful when you're talking about a rock band from 40 years ago, you know?
I was kind of raised on that music. My parents, they listened to it, so therefore, when I was raised, I listened to a lot of that.
It lasts.
It
Rock and
does.
roll from the 70s and 80s it's lasted.
They just don't make music like they used
They
to.
don't.
No,
They don't. All right. I got murdered on yesterday morning concerning my Goosegate comments.
Dun dun dun.
I had one caller who had revealed that they were the ones that sent the email.
The Redneck Solution email?
Yeah. To the city council, who wanted to argue about the legality, wanted to take issue with the park board. I found myself in this awkward situation of being somebody who's supposed to be a commentator who stays above all of this, defending the park board and arguing with this person about just how nasty geese are and just how important the golf course is. Here's a line. Think about this for a second. Well, then, if it's going to damage, they should just get rid of the golf course. And if it's losing money, they should just get rid of it. Well, the swimming pool loses $25,000 a year too. So do we get rid of it? If things don't make money in government, do you just get rid of it? I'm sure there's facets of the college that you really don't want to get into, Julie, that don't make money, so it needs to go.
So by that logic, should we get rid of the state of Illinois?
Oh, it's yes, absolutely. Or at least the way it's
by that
operating.
logic, I guess we should.
So anyway, that was one thing. Of course, yesterday we talked about toxic masculinity, and the latest from Gillette is that, and it was a 2-minute video called "We Believe the Best Man Can Be." And within 48 hours, it had 2 million hits on YouTube, slightly more than Morning Coffee, I should mention. Emmy award-winning actor and prominent Trump supporter James Woods accused Gillette of, quote, jumping on the men are horrible campaign and pledged to boycott its products.
You know, here's my thought on that.
Yeah.
Just one more reason to dislike the Patriots.
That's all that money, isn't it? Isn't he?
That's the owner of the Patriots?
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah,
where. That's
Gillette?
where. Yeah. I
Or
think you're right.
did at one time?
I think at one time. So anyway, Julie, the things that drive comment, and you're a native of Wayne County, aren't you?
I am. Yes, born and raised.
It's an interesting place to live. Wouldn't
It
you
is.
say?
There's never a dull day, and that's part of the benefit of listening to the news here. You never know what's going to be going on in Wayne County.
I was just talking to Jeff because they have another couple of anomalies going on around the country where they can't figure out why radar is showing essentially disturbance. We just had it like within a month ago over West Salem. Now they had the exact same thing happen in Maine and some other state. Here it was explained as a C-150 military plane had been dropping some
Radar evading technology.
Yeah, well, first of all, why would you say, let's see here, where are we going to dump this stuff? Let's go over West Salem.
Yeah.
You know, that's the first thing. And second of all, why are they dumping it on us? Why don't they go dump it on somewhere else?
Well, they did, apparently in Maine.
Apparently, yes. And that's the other thing. There's a report that there's in Tokyo, they are now doing a simulated meteor shower. They go up with a plane in the upper atmosphere and drop pellets so that people give me a real meteor shower over a fake one every time.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what's going on there. There's a fake newspaper going around Washington. The Washington Post has been duplicated. It's got a headline that says, "Unprecedented, Trump hastily departs White House, ends crisis." It's the whole newspaper is fake. And it's landed on people's porches.
Uh-huh.
So somebody went to a lot of trouble to be able to make that happen.
Isn't that called Facebook?
Yeah, it's true. Here's one to think about. Ash-smeared and dreadlocked worshippers in India, naked, except for rosary beads and smoking wooden pipes, and I'd like to know what's in those pipes,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
have drawn a huge crowd at the world's largest religious festival that began this week in India. The Festival of the Pot, held this year in North India. Organizers expect up to 150 million people. Here's the interesting part. They all bathe at the confluence of 3 holy rivers, the Ganges, the Yamuna, and a mythical third river. How do you have a mythical third river?
Maybe
Beats
maybe they've been smoking too much of it.
Actually, sounds like they've got mythical clothes on too. Get some britches if you're going to go to a religious gathering, right? I mean, get some britches.
Yeah.
You asked. I had to call also right before we went on and ask this question. So I'm going to pose it to the two of you. What would you do? Elderly couple. One member of the couple falls and can't get up.
Mm-hmm.
The other person can't help them up. What do they do?
Well, I think it depends. Are they hurt? I mean, do they fall?
No,
and get
they
hurt?
just cannot get
they
up.
just fall and could not get up.
Well, my first guess would be to call Life Alert, if you have that.
No, you see, that's the thing. I had this happen with my father, and I did get him Life Alert. The problem with that is, if you start hitting Life Alert every other day, they're still going to dispatch the police to your house. And before long, I was the one that got the call from the police department saying, hey, listen, we can't be going over there every other day. But
I don't
here,
know.
I guess
I don't know what you do.
Is that an appropriate 911 call?
Well, I think it is if you're hurt. If you're not hurt, I think you contact you contact your neighbor, a friend. Depending on where you live at, if you're at the if you're at Fairway or the high rise,
right.
You contact the
well,
office
that'd be easy. You'd pick up the phone and call somebody in an adjoining apartment,
or just run out and knock on the door.
Say, hey, listen, can you come over and help me?
Yeah.
So anyway, if anybody has any advice on that, that's listening, I would appreciate being able to pass that on to the person that called. Do we need to take a break?
You know what? Go ahead and get started on the stack of stuff.
The stack of stuff can start. All right. Julie, you're welcome to comment at any moment on this. These are the famous birthdays today. Ferdinand Porsche. Now, is it Porsche or Porsche? I'm sure both of you have them.
I say Porsche.
I say Porsche.
Okay, we have.
It's divided.
We have a disagreement.
And here's the reason why I call it Porsche. I called it Porsche for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in high school,
right,
I had a Volkswagen Bug.
Yes.
Okay, that was the Autobahn edition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, the starter went out on it.
Okay.
And I looked everywhere for a starter, for a Volkswagen Bug starter.
Right.
Nothing would ever fit.
Right.
So I took it to the VW Porsche dealer where I lived at.
Uh-huh.
And they looked at the engine and they said, you've got a Porsche engine in that.
They said that?
Yes. And they got me a Porsche starter, and it worked just fine.
I actually owned a Porsche.
Did you really?
I did. I bought it for $4,000. And the reason why nobody would buy it, it was, I don't know, late 80s, early 80s, was that if the starter went out, it cost $4,000 to replace.
This one did not cost me $4,000. But
so it was a neat car to drive around, though. I would find ways to be able to take the long way home from the college. Anyway, Ferdinand Porsche, or Porsche, whichever, so I won't offend somebody, in 1934, submitted a design for a people's car, a Volkswagen, to the new German Reich government.
The Beetle.
Yes. So that happened in 34.
Or was it the Beetle or was it the Volkswagen Thing?
The Thing was, did you ever see a Thing?
The Volkswagen
I don't think so.
Thing.
No,
I'm familiar with that
it's
one.
not a very attractive vehicle. 1961, in his farewell address, U.S. President Eisenhower warned against the rise of the military-industrial complex. 1966, a B-52 carrying 4 H-bombs collided with a refueling tanker. That's never good.
Oh, that's not good.
The bombs were released and 8 crew members killed. 1977, double murderer Gary Gilmore. You remember the story on him?
Out in Utah, right?
It was, and you know what happened? That was the last time, I believe, someone died at the hands of a firing squad.
Ah, okay.
Not
and I
done
believe
much anymore.
he requested that too, didn't he?
I think you're right. You know what? On those, there's at least one of the people in the firing squad that does not have a loaded bullet. That way, there's the feeling that maybe I didn't do it if you were. So, little bit of it trivia that you might want to use at a cocktail party. Okay,
all right, there you go.
Have you ever heard about the way they kill people with a firing squad? Leonard Nimoy, 1985, got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Live long and prosper, Spock. 91, coalition airstrikes began the fight against Iraq after negotiations failed to get them out of Kuwait. 97, a court in Ireland granted the first divorce in the Roman Catholic Church. That was 1997.
Wow.
And 98, President Clinton gave his deposition in the Paula Jones lawsuit against him. He was the first U.S. president to testify as a defendant in a criminal civil lawsuit.
Isn't that the first time when the Monica Lewinsky thing was brought up?
It did come up at that time.
Okay.
All right, we're going to take a break. I have birthdays, and we've got a load of interesting people that are celebrating birthdays today. Back with Morning Coffee after this.
Time Capsule, sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another Time Capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when President Reagan and Soviet leader Gorbachev held a summit meeting in Geneva?
I leave Geneva today and our fireside summit determined to pursue every opportunity to build a safer world.
Back home, the president welcomed Prince Charles and his world-famous wife,
Princess Diane, here on her first trip.
Meanwhile, up in orbit, the crew of Atlantis practiced building a space station during a dozen hours of spacewalking. Willie McGee and Don Mattingly were picked as baseball's MVPs. And this is what the new music sounded like. Got it yet? Well, the answer and a hunk of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Save money on quality discount groceries found only at your Save-A-Lot store in Fairfield. Now through Saturday, bananas 25 cents a pound. A gallon of skim 1%, 2% or whole milk $1.59. A dozen eggs 65 cents. And a 4-pound bag of sugar $1.35. Prices good through Saturday. Good food, great people, great prices at your Save-A-Lot store, West Main and Fairfield.
November 1985.
Phil Collins and Marilyn Martin with Separate Lives, the top song of November 1985. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another Time Capsule.
Time Capsule has been sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Your professional Pekin Insurance Agency, Tucker Hallam Insurance, Wayne City, specializes in families. From auto accidents to home disasters to that very memorable first day of college, you'll have peace of mind with insurance from your Pekin Insurance Agency, putting you and your family first with insurance coverage for your home, auto, life, health, or business, and at competitive rates that will fit your individual needs. Call your Pekin Insurance Agency, Tucker Hallam Insurance today, going beyond the expected.
Let Dairy Queen help you kick off 2019. Stop in this month and get a 4-piece chicken strip basket for $4.99. During the month of January, try Dairy Queen's Blizzard of the Month, Reese's Outrageous, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Reese's Pieces, peanut butter, and caramel topping all mixed with vanilla soft serve and blended to blizzard perfection. Need an ice cream cake? Dairy Queen will help you decide the perfect cake. Stop in at 1204 West Main Street. Open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
The Coffee Cam is on, and you can watch Morning Coffee on YouTube. Now, all they need is lots of makeup. Back to the show.
She doesn't.
It said the guys. It said the guys.
All right. Well, today, Julie, we're graced with Julie Bryant from FCC. Today, you're one of the guys. That's all there is to it, Julie. And speaking of one of the guys, tomorrow's guest is going to be Galen Dunn, the former chancellor of FCC. He's going to be here.
Coworker.
Absolutely. He's and by the way, I wanted to remind everybody about the big deals. You go on our webpage, WFNWradio.com, upper right-hand corner, click, it says big deals. Go in and just take a look at the deals that you can possibly get, certificates to buy at local businesses. Several local businesses are a part of it, and it's a great deal. I'm going to use it. I was talking about my dogs yesterday, the Basset Hounds, and I was also telling about how they've now taken to eating Spam.
Yeah.
We would mix the Spam in with hard dog food. Now they've got to the point where they do a really good job of leaving the hard dog food. They only want the cooked Spam. They're very, very bright dogs. You got a call we got to take?
They are very sport dogs.
Yes, they are, and they're growing outward. So on the birthday side, some famous people. This is Benjamin Franklin's birthday in 1706, and Franklin was not only a statesman, he was an author, a publisher, he was a scientist.
Mm-hmm.
He was born in Boston of modest means and very little formal education. But he did start a successful printing business in Philadelphia, and he grew wealthy before he died, and is known as one of our leading founding fathers.
One of the turkey for the national bird, I think.
That's right.
You're right. He did. That was a mistake. Something regal.
Yeah.
And a turkey.
Yeah. Well, you know.
And bald eagle's perfect. Al Capone, born in 1899. All right, Julie. Who's Al Capone?
He is one of the famous gangsters.
Look at that.
Your mom did not waste any money on your education. I just say that. The most notorious of the bootleggers. He also was the orchestrator of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, where 7 members of the Bugs Moran's gang.
That's a great movie. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes, I have.
Oh, that is a great movie.
What great nicknames. You know, Al Capone was known as Scarface.
Yes, I did know that.
And I'm sure that Bugs was not the real first given name of Moran.
No.
Anyway, they were machine gunned in a garage in Chicago's North Side in 1929.
Yeah. You know, well, all those guys back then had, all the gangsters. You know, Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
Babyface Nelson. You know?
Yeah. I want you to meet my little friend. Oh, guess who's 96 today?
Betty White.
Yes. Well, you did this morning,
Yeah,
so you knew that she was 96. Betty White. Amazing. She's regarded as a pioneer of television. She's still with us here today.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first women to have control of both the front and behind the camera, recognized as the first woman to produce a sitcom, one called Life with Elizabeth, that I don't remember.
I have no idea.
Received the honorary title of Mayor of Hollywood back in 1955, before I was born. She married Alan Ludden. You remember who that is? Mark?
Alan who?
Ludden.
Ludden.
Yeah, her real name is Betty Marion White Ludden.
Okay.
Alan Ludden was the guy on the Match Game.
Okay, that's who I thought you were talking
You remember
about.
that?
Yeah, I do.
And the
password is...
Yes. The password is toxic masculinity.
Yeah. One of my favorite movies with Betty White in it.
Yeah.
Is it's a creepy movie where the big crocodile goes in the pond or in the lake
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, anyway.
Julie, you can jump in at any moment
Not
on that
familiar
one.
with that one.
How about Eartha Kitt?
Yeah, the original Batwoman.
No, she was one of three.
She was one of the Batwomen.
She wasn't a Batwoman. She was a Catwoman.
Catwoman.
One of three Catwomen.
Okay.
You
Was
know
she
the other?
she was the original?
No, she wasn't.
No.
Julie Newmar was
And
the original
Lee
Catwoman.
Merriweather.
We're talking about Batman from the 1960s, Julie.
And Lee Merriweather.
Lee Merriweather. There's the three.
Now, one of those two, Merriweather, or two of those, Merriweather or Julie Newmar from Taylorville.
No.
Yes.
I had no idea.
I think it's Julie Newmar is from Taylorville, Illinois.
Very attractive woman,
yeah,
to say the least. Eartha Kitt, actress, singer, dancer, activist. One of her big smash hits was Santa Baby.
Yeah.
You remember?
She did the original version.
I think so.
Of Santa
I think that's the
Baby.
one that everybody sees as a standard. Orson Welles once called her the most exciting woman in the world.
Oh.
Not bad by Orson.
Okay.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
She did that all the time.
She did as Catwoman.
Yeah.
She sure did. All right. Guess who's 88 today and is just an icon. His voice is an icon.
I have no idea.
James Earl Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Star Wars.
The voice of God.
He's also the voice of Darth Vader.
I will say I've never seen any of the Star Wars movies.
No!
Have you seen Lion King?
Yes.
Okay. He's one of the voices in Lion King. Simba. No, not Simba.
Yes.
Yeah, Simba.
I remember that now.
The king.
Well, the Lion King, Musafa?
Yeah, Mufasa.
Musafa. I'm sorry.
Mufasa.
Boy, did I mess that up. He's also an actor. A career spanned over 60 years. Described one of America's most distinguished and versatile actors.
Mm-hmm. He's done comedies. He
was in that movie that we both cried on.
Field of Dreams.
Teared up every time I saw
Field
him.
of Dreams. He was in. Remember Trading? He was in a movie with Eddie Murphy.
Yes. All right. Julie.
Coming to America.
What? Just be honest, because this is the honest zone, and it's a zone that it's just you and me talking. Nobody else.
No one else is listening right now.
Right? This is you and me. We're having a little conversation. Mark's listening in. He's over there on the other side of the board.
I'll cover my ears though.
What movie makes you cry?
There's quite a few. I would say a lot of the Nicholas Sparks movies, if I'm being honest.
Okay. And
A Walk to Remember.
I don't know.
Who's Nicholas Sparks?
Are we talking about?
Is he an actor? Author?
Nicholas Sparks, the famous author.
Oh, the author. Okay.
He writes all kinds of love stories.
Books?
They have been penned into movies.
Okay,
lots of them.
These
A
are
Walk
Hallmark.
to Remember.
These are Hallmark movies, aren't they?
They're not Hallmark. They're actually not Hallmark.
Lifetime movies.
Have you ever heard of The Notebook?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's one of his most famous books.
Okay, that's a Lifetime.
That's a classic. That one makes
So,
everybody
do you
cry.
cry at the end, or do you tear up when it first comes on the picture?
At the end, yeah. All right. The Notebook, A Walk to Remember, the last song. He's got a lot of them.
You see, what a polar difference. She actually finds movies that are sentimental by design.
She actually finds movies that are of substance.
You and I, we find jock movies because of our masculine.
We're toxic.
We're toxic is what we are.
Yeah.
And then we cry when someone dies or they play catch with their dad.
Yeah. Like Old Yeller.
That's a sad one.
When Brian died in Brian's song.
Don't do it. Just don't do it.
So.
Anyway, he best known for his role as Darth Vader. And also The Lion King. Many television roles. Mm-hmm. So he is 90. When did I say? 88. 88 today. Yeah. 88. Muhammad Ali would have been. This was his birthday.
Mm-hmm. What was his real name?
Do you know, Julie?
Do you know?
Mm-mm.
Cassius Clay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. What city did he grow up in?
His middle name was Marcellus. Cassius Marcellus Clay.
What city did he grow up in?
Louisville,
Kentucky.
Not Louisville.
Louisville. 3 distinct syllables. Louisville.
He died in 2016 at the age of 84.
I think he had Parkinson's disease, didn't he?
Yes.
I think he did have Parkinson's.
Yeah, I think you're right. He did spend 5 years in prison that he didn't serve, or he was sentenced to 5 years Fined $10,000, banned from boxing for 3 years. He probably would have been. He always said he was the greatest. He would have been greater if he had reported for service. He has, wow, there's a lot of kids there. 9 kids.
Wow.
Did you know that?
No.
9 kids. And anyway, so
he did have a world champion child, boxing.
Oh
child.
yeah, Layla.
Layla Ali.
Yeah, she and beautiful. On top of, I think she got beat up once, and that was it.
Yeah.
So, Andy Kaufman, you remember him?
Yeah, from Taxi.
You would see. We're getting up a crapper over here.
A lot of this is before my time.
That's okay. That's fine.
Funny
Andy
Kaufman,
guy. He was different.
He was strange, funny.
Yeah,
but he was funny.
Well, he said he called himself a song and dance man. He disdained telling jokes and engaging in comedy as it was traditionally understood, once saying in a rare introspective interview, quote, "I am not a comic. I have never told a joke." The way he died was strange, and people thought he might have staged his death. Of course, he hasn't showed up since.
Is he living like in North Dakota with
Elvis?
Okay.
He drives Elvis to work, and he helps Elvis when he falls down and he can't get up. Steve Harvey today's 52.
Oh, he's a funny guy. Funny guy.
Jim Carrey today. He's 57 today.
Jim Carrey has gotten a little strange in recent years, to say the least. But I thought his work on that show In Living Color, just absolutely brilliant.
I agree. He was in Batman Forever.
Played the Riddler.
Yes, he did. Liar, Liar. The Mask. Do you remember that movie?
Yes.
It's a good one.
Is he also in Yes Man? Is that
I think you're right. Yes.
The Cable Guy.
He was
Dumb and Dumber.
What was the one where he couldn't tell a lie?
Liar, Liar.
Was that Liar, Liar?
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, it's his birthday today. He's 57. The former First Lady Michelle Obama, 55 today.
And there's talk that she might be a candidate for president.
They say that.
She's one of the most admired women in the country.
And maybe in the world.
Probably stronger on the coast. Yeah. Kid Rock.
Yes.
We're getting closer. We're getting closer, aren't we?
Yes.
Kid Rock, 48 today. And just a really interesting guy. I've heard him interviewed on a number of occasions. On this date in 1966, NBC ordered 32 episodes of The Monkees for their fall schedule. The Monkees were a rock band that essentially was put together for TV, Julie. I don't even think they were musicians. They were actors.
Well, there were a couple of them that were musicians that had some, like Nesmith. He was and Davy Jones was a singer.
He's not with us anymore, is he? Davy Jones is gone.
He went to the locker.
He did. The Monkees, I remember them very well. It was just post Beatles. They were trying to
recreate the Beatles. Yeah.
1969, Lady Samantha was released in England. It was one of the first recordings by Elton John.
Really?
Who's still around?
Okay.
You know how much Rush Limbaugh charged? How much he charged Rush Limbaugh to do a private 1-hour concert at Limbaugh's wedding reception? His second one.
Couple of mil?
$1
million.
$1 million for
really?
an hour. That's not bad rate.
Wow.
$1 million an hour is not bad.
Yeah.
I'd be going. I'd be traipsing down the yellow brick road for that, wouldn't you?
You better believe it.
74, Dino Martin, the son of Dean Martin, arrested on suspicion of possession and sale of 2 machine guns. Not sure why you'd need one if you're Dino Martin.
I don't know.
94, this is a good one. Donny Osmond fought the Partridge Family's Danny Bonaducci in a charity boxing match in Chicago.
I remember that.
Do you know who won?
It wasn't Bonaducci. It was Donny Osmond.
No, Bonaducci
won. Oh, was it?
A split decision.
A split decision. Okay.
My mom is a huge fan of Donny Osmond. I'm familiar with that one.
You know, he's a little bit rock and roll, and his sister is a little bit country.
Yeah.
So what are you?
I would probably say a little bit country, maybe. I don't know.
Do you like current country, or do you have a sense of classic country?
More current country.
You know, I got to tell you something.
So who's your favorite artist?
Oh, I have quite a few. I really like Thomas Rhett. I like Keith Urban.
All the ladies like Thomas Rhett.
Yeah.
There's lots. The CMAs this year, I watched that. They had lots of good performers on there.
My wife would pay money to go to a Thomas Rhett concert and wouldn't care if he sang.
He's coming to St. Louis
He'd just
in the
walk up
fall.
on stage and stood there. She'd be and just did
I'm
a
gonna
little
tell you
twirl
something.
and stuff. She'd be real happy.
My second tour duty here came to an end because of one thing: George Strait. My wife said, "Listen, I want to be an occupational therapist, and I want to be closer to George Strait, so we're going to Texas."
Man,
and that's how I got to Texas. Quite honestly,
we do have a phone call. Good
All
morning.
right.
You're on Morning Coffee.
Well, hello. I need to school you youngsters on a few TV facts.
Okay, great.
All right.
Please.
Okay. Gene Rayburn was the game host.
Password.
Alan
It was
Lutz
password. Oh, you
Yes,
got me.
Password.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
All right, you youngsters, you can get back at it.
Oh, no, you were right. Thank you very
All right,
much.
thank you.
You're
Gene
welcome.
Rayburn had that incredibly long microphone. Do you remember this?
I remember that.
I mean, he had this microphone that if where I was sitting, I could reach over and hit you in the nose with it.
Yeah.
For one reason or another, that was what he did. And he held it down by his waist.
Yeah. Because, it was that long. Well, you know what it was. In case somebody got a little unruly on the match game, he could beat them with a switch. He'd have that switch handy.
How would I not have known it was the password when you and I recited, and the password is...
Yeah, I know.
Toxic masculinity.
I don't know.
That show used to be on, both of those used to be on Game Show Network all the
So
time.
you saw the old one?
Yes.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Yeah, I had a trivia question.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I saw the Doobie Brothers in 1972. And where was where was that at?
1972.
Well, it could have been anywhere.
Nobody in the audience had ever heard of him before.
What did he say?
Bull Island.
No one knew him. No one had ever heard of him before.
We tried our guess. Bull Island.
Right. It was on Monday morning. There was only about 10,000 left.
Wow.
I was one of them. I was there 3 days.
Really?
Well,
Doobies
thank
came
you.
to Bull Island.
Thank you very much for calling. That was, by the way, Tom Levine, who does a wonderful job of shouting in direction from another room.
And answers to any questions that we may not know.
And he knows most of them. We
Yeah.
Still got another call.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Hello? Well, we lost him.
Okay. Well.
Maybe another... that's a difficult trivia question.
What's that?
Okay. Well, I heard the Beatles. Where? In my car. That's where I hear them now.
Oh, man. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Hello. Well, people are not cooperating on the lines.
No, they are not.
So let me ask a question of the two of you. You've been through we've got about a few minutes, but we have to take a break. You've been through Fairfield, the downtown area, and I am intrigued by this. So tell me what you know. A gentleman on a bike. It's a 3-wheeler, and he's got a sign, The Can Man. You've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it.
I've seen him.
What's the story? Anybody know? I've wanted to stop and just interview him so I could do a news story. I haven't done it yet. I've always
That
been
could
in
be
a hurry.
a meet your neighbor thing. You do on
Well,
David
that'd
Find
be a
David.
great one because I wonder if anybody knows the story. I mean, he's taking. I assume from this, since I see he's got a basket full of cans, he's looking for aluminum to recycle.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is it for his own use or for a cause?
I believe so. I think it's for his personal use.
Okay.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Yeah, this is the guy that just got to do with the Dewey Brothers. Okay, I saw the Beatles in what year? It was the year after Dave Land did.
67.
No.
66.
Right. He said he saw them in 5, I believe.
Okay, well,
Okay.
there you go.
All right.
Now we know where the Beatles, they were at Busch Stadium.
Were they at Bull Island?
Nope, they weren't. They probably weren't. And we know what Dave paid for them.
Yeah. Yeah, he's reminded
He went
us.
up to the $6 mark, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he went up to the super premium seats, the VIP seats.
Well, he had it to throw around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, $5. No. I'm going to dig for that extra buck.
That's right.
So that I can. And nobody could hear anything at Busch Stadium. It was the lousiest sound system. It was raining. But you can say, 50 years later, you know what?
I was at Busch Stadium when the Beatles were there. Yeah.
They do a lot of concerts at the new Busch Stadium now, too.
And
I
have you
haven't
been?
I want to go.
You know who I saw there?
Oh,
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney.
At the new Busch Stadium.
At the new Busch
now,
Stadium.
See, at the old Busch Stadium, I saw U2 perform.
Did you?
Really?
That was an impressive concert.
Good sound?
Good sound. This was when they were on that. I can't remember the name of the tour, but it was when they had the East German cars on the cranes.
We talked about two things last night. While my wife was angry at me because she was doing dishes while I sat and complained about the internet. I could have helped, but I didn't. Anyway, the point simply was, she said, do you have a bucket list yet of people you want to see perform? Her bucket list is Alan Jackson. She wants to see Alan Jackson
He was just
perform.
in Evansville last year.
And she missed it.
George Strait.
Well, God, I've seen George
That's
Strait
still
18
on the bucket
times.
list.
No, I don't want to see George Strait again. And yes, she would, but not me. Not me. John Mellencamp. I would like to see John Mellencamp.
Yeah.
There was one other one that I said I would allow to be on. I'm okay with Alan Jackson. I'd go see Alan Jackson as well.
He puts on a pretty darn good show.
Oh, I forget the other one that I mentioned now. I should have blurted it out while it was on my mind. This is what happens to men when they reach a certain age. I'm just warning you, Julie. Take a look at your future 50 years down the road here, okay? And during the break, you're going to be the only one in the studio because we'll be in the bathroom, okay?
Speaking of which, we do have to take a break.
All right.
The Doobie Brothers. Live in concerts. Performing all the hits for one night only. Old National Events Plaza, April 17th. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss American Legends, The Doobie Brothers. There's more at TheDoobieBrothers.com. Produced by Pepper Entertainment.
J. Wilderman Autoplex, Ford, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge Ram, and Mount Carmel is the tri-state small-town automotive giant. With over 150 new vehicles, we do what it takes to earn your business. Low price, low payments, and giant trade allowances to top off the deal. New Ford truck discounts up to $13,000 and new Ram discounts up to $14,000. We also offer a giant selection of pre-owned vehicles with the lowest prices in the tri-state. Stop by for a friendly buying experience and view all of our 2019 kickoff specials at jwildermanautoplex.com.
The original company radio stations and Old National Bank's annual Farm Profit Preview is Thursday, January 24th from 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. at Highland Woods in Vincennes. This year, you will have the opportunity to earn continuing education credits for your private and commercial applicator's license. There's also free health screenings, and Gary Truitt from Hoosier Ag Today will be promoting the HAT Network and TOC Farm programming. To secure your vendor booth, contact Jessica Hallman at events@originalcompany.com.
Google, the company that virtually owns every single move you make on the internet, advertises on TOC Radio. Geico, the insurance outfit run by Warren Buffett, does the same. Home Advisor, Hotwire, Hulu, Netflix, Angie's List, Zillow, Hotels.com, Amazon, Priceline, and Wayfair all advertise on Mass Reach Radio, TOC Radio. Those companies only exist on the internet. What do they know that you may not? Internet-targeted advertising is weak at establishing new customers. For new customers, they turn to mass reach media like TOC Radio. They know if the consumer knows you before they need you, you get the click more often. Internet advertising is a perfectly viable way to advertise. But if someone tells you to throw all your advertising on the internet, tell them you will. Just as soon as Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, and Larry Page do the same. TOC Radio. Mass media.
Hey, this is Jared Voppel at Voppel Home Furnishings in McLeansboro. I'd like to invite you to come down and look over some of this fine furniture, appliances, and bedding we got. I'll make you a deal that you can't stand to walk away from, and we'll finance it or give you a long time to pay for it, no interest. We'll deliver it to you, put it in your house, and if you need customer service, we've got world-class customer service. Come see me, south side of the square, downtown McLeansboro.
WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com. Yes, sir?
I'll show it to you.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Sheldon Bunning from Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler is on the line. Good morning, Sheldon.
Good morning, Mark.
All right, Sheldon, solve this problem. Who, okay, of the Batgirl, the cat women,
yeah,
there was, none of them were from Illinois, correct?
Not that I'm aware of, but I mean, I should know this because I consider myself a vast bank of useless knowledge. I mean, stuff that has no pertinent,
Well, I stand corrected. I thought one of them was from Taylorville, but I'm wrong.
No, it was Batgirl.
Okay.
You remember Batgirl? Yvonne
No,
Craig?
I do not remember.
She used to tool around. Well, you probably because she didn't have a car.
She had a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Not a motorcycle, but a motorcycle.
And it was pretty souped up.
I was trying to think. Well, where was Michelle Pfeiffer born?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Not.
Did she play Catwoman at one point in one of the newer ones?
Birthplace of Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer was born in Santa Ana.
Santa Ana, California.
There you go. There's your trivia for today. Michelle Pfeiffer was born in Santa Ana, California.
And I think Halle Berry played Catwoman.
Yes, she did.
And she was, I think, in Ohio.
Yeah.
I'm a big Halle Berry.
We're over 4 then, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Well,
All right,
I'm sure
Sheldon.
you're going to do better down there at
What do you
Le
got
Mans.
going on over at Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler?
All kinds of deals, as always. I was kind of looking through there today. We've got some remaining 19s in the remaining 18s in the Chevrolet or GM family. We've got some additional bonus cash on some of these units. Some of the older age units have been on the lot a little longer. They're having their Silverado sell down, which we're big incentives on the Silverado trucks and the remaining 18s. And I know this doesn't help, but they extended the satellite radio subscription, which for a year, but that's not even pertinent because we have 1049, 1059, so there's no need for that really. So I don't even consider that a bonus.
Now, Sheldon, I got to ask: when somebody comes to test drive a car, you do have WFIW 104.9 on those radios, right?
I think so.
Okay.
There's probably a hodgepodge of everything out there on there.
Okay. Well,
we try to get in there and tune them to you guys.
Okay, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. So the big sale down is going on. Trying to get rid of the 18s, huh?
That is correct. We do have a few 18s left. We try hard every day on everything, but some of these older units we're going to try especially hard to move them out.
Big incentives going on as well for a lot of stuff.
That is correct. It's Jeep days. And that's big incentives on the Cherokee. I think they just added some money to the 19 Grand Cherokee as well, mid-month, so incentives there. We've got a nice selection of both. Big discounts on the new Rams. I think I've got one remaining new Ram in a 19 that's the classic, the old body style, but it's got just ridiculous incentives on it. I mean, it's close to 30% off MSRP, I believe. You take everything off of it, so they're trying to move it, and as we are too.
All right. LeMansOnline.com, all of the inventory is on there.
That is correct.
All right.
Hey, Sheldon, I'm going to give you a call later on. I'm trying to schedule you for next month to come in and be a part of the show.
Okay.
I'd love to have you again.
The big show.
The big show.
Big show. Well, we can do that. Maybe we'll have to find something really stupid to talk about.
That's what we do every day, Sheldon.
All right, Sheldon. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you Monday.
All right. See you guys.
All right. Sheldon Bunning from Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler joins us every Monday and Thursday here on the WFIW Morning Show. Let's check that Fairfield area weather forecast. Rain likely today with a high 45. Cloudy tonight, low 32. Cloudy and 40 tomorrow. For Saturday, rain or snow a possibility. The high of 40. Partly cloudy 25 on Sunday. And for Monday, cloudy skies with a high 32. Overnight low was 40. Yesterday's high was 40 as well. 8/100ths of an inch of rainfall here at the WFIW studios overnight. Currently humidity at 99%. Winds are calm. The pressure at 30.05. Cloudy skies right now and 42 here at the WFIW studios on the hill east of Fairfield. Radar weather looking fairly good as well. Most of that rain is headed off to the east. We may get a shower or two, a pop-up shower or two later on today, but for the most part, that rain is headed out to the east of us into Indiana.
This is the show about nothing. Morning Coffee, streaming on YouTube and live on the station listened to, not just heard. WFIW.
So happy to have Julie Bryant here from Frontier Community College. What's your catchphrase these days?
Currently, we're using the foundation for your future.
The foundation? Frontier Community College, the foundation for your future.
Perfect.
Tell us about this grant.
So we recently received a $50,000 grant, and it's for career and technical education. So we applied it to our electrical distribution systems program, and it's going to be used to really improve the program. So students who are thinking about joining for the fall of 2019 are now going to have a lot of opportunities. The 4 things they added, they're looking at adding a new and improved bucket truck.
Yes.
And then students will receive certification in flagging, which is in the construction, the people who stand there and hold up the flags.
That's my
very strong wrist.
Job, man.
Yes.
I love to do that job.
That's where I'm going from here.
It's a harder job than it looks.
I would love to be the guy that follows around coaches with the cord. I want to be that guy.
That's good.
Yeah.
So the flagging certification, spray application licensure, they're going to be getting CPR certified while they're there, and they'll get their CDL. So the Class A CDL.
That's valuable because even if they don't go into this, they can still drive a truck.
Yes,
Right?
and a lot of that you have to get after you graduate from the program. So now they're going to leave, and they'll have all of that, and it'll make it a lot easier for them to
Did I
find a job.
mention who started that program? Well, go ahead, Mark.
Oh, my God. Fishing for compliments again.
If I remember correctly, I think we said earlier.
That's a trivia question, Julie.
All right.
Jump on that.
You know what? I'm going to start off with some easy trivia
Okay,
questions
go ahead.
today. Okay, I'm going to make it easy for you.
Oh, okay, fine.
What does the F stand for in FBI?
Oh, that's easy.
Federal.
Very good. She jumped on it.
Yes.
There must be a pause.
Yeah.
After you ask the question, Julie. Those are the rules.
All right.
That way,
Number
people
2.
at home. That was too easy.
Yeah. Tony Curtis served in one of the armed forces in World War II. Which branch of the service was he in?
You know who Tony Curtis is? You don't?
No.
The star of Some Like It Hot. You need to get that movie sometime.
Yeah, it'll probably make you cry.
No, it won't.
No, okay.
It'll make you laugh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Navy.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Well, I'm taking a. He was in a movie where he played a naval officer, and that's why it jogged in my memory. Go ahead.
What state is called the volunteer state?
No, that's easy.
Tennessee.
No pause, Julie.
Sorry,
no
broke the
pause.
rules.
She jumped on it. Tennessee is the volunteer state. Of course, the sports teams at the University of Tennessee are the Vols. Do you know what their theme song is at the University of Tennessee?
Oh, Rocky Top.
You got no pause there.
Well, I'm asking the trivia question.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't have known either.
That's my dream. I want to be at Neyland Stadium.
Good old
in
Rocky
Knoxville
Top.
sometime when 120,000 people sing Rocky Top at a football
Top,
game. I mean, I just can't imagine.
Go ahead.
All right, number 4. What color is the M in the McDonald's logo?
Ooh, I know.
The arches?
No, the M in the logo.
Oh.
In the logo. What color is
Well,
it?
you don't.
Wouldn't it be white?
No.
I want to say yellow.
Yellow.
Oh, I was, well.
Yes.
You tricked me on that. I'm thinking of the golden arches.
Nope. Then they were
The
golden.
white. Okay.
But the M, just the other day while I was getting a salad for my wife and abstaining myself, I noticed that. Go ahead.
Give me the last name of Hannibal the Cannibal.
I know. Do you know? We're talking about Silence of the Lambs.
And
the movie.
There's a lot of classic movies.
I'd say
I
Lecter.
haven't seen.
Lecter, yes. Very good.
Wouldn't have got that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Be positive if, you ask some questions that had something to do within the last 25 years when our guest is here. I skew the trivia when we have a guest to make them look good. We're not
Didn't you
making
change
Julie
it a little
look
bit
good.
for Luke the other day?
Yes,
to accommodate his age?
I did. But see, I was responsible for trivia then, Julie. You see what's happening here? He's
Not as
purposefully
helpful.
trying to make you look bad.
I am not trying to make you look better.
What he's going to, let me tell you what he's going to do. He's going to resort to some sort of Greek mythology so that the newsboy can come in and get the answer.
And here he comes. Speak of the devil.
There he is.
I bet you he wouldn't know the question we had the other day about.
He was probably listening on his way going down to the courthouse. He probably knows the answer.
All right. Okay.
He's struggling.
I am struggling. Okay. Which country plays golf against the U.S. in the Walker Cup?
Oh, my.
Ooh. I don't know.
It is Great Britain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that was going to be my guess.
Great
my first
Britain.
guess.
Just go for it.
All right. All right.
I'm getting smack on my phone from Galen Dunn, who's worried about how you're going to mess with him tomorrow.
In the New Testament, in the Bible, how
Yes.
many books are there in the New
Now,
Testament?
I'm looking to you, dear. You're going to have to help me out there.
26.
High or low?
I thought you were going to say it.
27.
27.
Oh,
I was close.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to give her that.
were. I think so.
That is within
All
the
right.
range of error.
Okay.
That she, that she
All
knew.
right.
There would be some people that go, "Oh no, no idea."
Like
In
I
the-
did in the last question.
Okay. In the Peanuts cartoon, what's the last name of Lucy and Linus?
Oh,
Hmm.
that's Schultz.
Nope.
Nope.
Van Pelt.
Oh, Linus. Is Linus Van Pelt too?
Yes, Lucy and Linus Van Pelt.
All right.
Alrighty. And the Australian city of Perth stands on which river?
Oh, I don't know my Australian rivers. Do you have a
don't know
clue
those
on that?
either.
I'm sorry, I don't.
Swan River.
Swan River.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's better than Canadian Goose River.
Yep, that's true. Alrighty.
You got-
Alrighty. Okay. You might get this one since you're
Okay.
a fan of classic rock. John Bonham was the former drummer of which rock band?
I know.
I don't know. I guess.
Tell me, do you think you live a life that leads you to a stairway to heaven?
Oh, Led Zeppelin?
Yes!
Yes,
All
I
right.
helped her out. Julie,
Okay.
it was a delight having
Yes.
you
It was
in.
great to be
We
here.
appreciate you taking, getting on a very short notice getting here. We'll have Jan Wiles in, but we want to have you in again sometime.
Will-
And next
will you
time,
come
I'll
back?
do the trivia and I'll make it towards you.
More
Will you
accommodating.
come back?
Yes, I'd be happy to
Okay.
come
All
back.
right, we'd love to have you. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow with Galen Dunn.
All the important news here first. This is WFIW FM Fairfield, the station listened to, not just heard. 104.9 FM.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in Wayne City. Visit Boyd Mattress Center and take a rest test. 20 models on display. 895-3000.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, is no longer denying that anyone in the Trump campaign may have colluded with the Russian government.
Giuliani making a surprising admission to CNN's Chris Cuomo.
I never said there was no collusion between the campaign or between people in the campaign